Hello everyone, thank you for tuning in today. Hope that everything is going well for you and that you are in the highest of spirits. Let's get into my positive note. Forgiveness is a gateway to recognizing the need to heal and move forward and understand that forgiveness is what you need to reassure yourself that you can start that path of letting go, acknowledging the other aspect of the situation, and coming to some ability to see that we do not have to hold on to things that hurt us, that alienate us, or push our own selves into our own corner. Because when we forgive a situation, a person, a past memory, that allows us to be free. And there's nothing better than being free under the gate of forgiveness. Oftentimes, many of us hold on to things because we have been hurt, we have been pushed, we have been forced, whether by our own internal self or by an external stressor that is affecting our ability to trust letting go, because we sometimes feel the need to prove something to that situation. But forgiveness allows you to be at peace and showing that I can be empowered from this situation. I can grow from this situation. I can also see the other aspect of a situation, because a lot of the time situations are not just from our own point of view, through our own eyes. It's also through the eyes of whatever is involved within this situation, the eye of the storm. You know, storms turn and twist in many different ways and have an outcome in some ways that is not always the way we expect or plan them. But forgiveness is just letting go and just telling yourself, I deserve to be free. I deserve to be happy. I don't need to carry excess baggage. I don't need to be a part of something that wants to have control of me. I can take control of what I want from this situation. So with that positive note, I will conclude. And what makes me think about the level of forgiveness is because oftentimes I either witness things, or I hear things, or I just observe that it is often harder on ourselves to forgive whatever it is that we need to forgive, on the basis of we need that sense of validation for how we have been either treated, hurt, been jeopardized, been ignored, fearful, and all other labels that you have out there. So I just think, allow yourself to be free. I need to be free. You need to be free. The people around you need to be free. And don't carry more than you need to carry. If your plate is full, decide to say, hey, I'm going to deal at each portion on my plate one step at a time. And it's okay to feel what you feel, but at the end of the day, I need to feel empowered. I need to feel that no matter what, I can get through anything. And forgiveness is for you. And it's for you to heal, it's for you to be happy, and it's for you to be at peace. So, just want to share that moment of positivity. So, let's get into my video for today. So, I would say about a month or so ago, when the whole neon thoughts of bright colors started to appear everywhere, and they still are, and I started to think, you know what, I need some neons in my life. And I just don't like neons. I love pastels, I love color, I love neutrals, I love makeup. So I decided to play around with my palette that I'm going to be doing this look from. And you may think it's a little bit of randomness going on, but this is a video of fun and just playing and just letting go and just enjoying the moment of just being creative and just, you know, having no intention of a look, just putting it together. And even though I have already done this look, I just want to recreate this for those who are interested in looking at beautiful, bright colors. So today, I will be doing a makeup look from NYX Ultimate. And this is a series of these little palettes. And I think there's two or three more of these sizes. I want to think two more. Actually, there are a total of 6 different Ultimate palettes: and Ash, Brights, Cool Neutrals, Warm Neutrals, Phoenix, and Smokey and Highlights. There are also monochromatic Ultimate palettes, and there are approximately 3 of those. So there are additional Ultimate eyeshadow palettes that are available through NYX website or at a NYX retail store. And today I am talking about the Brights, which is considered a rainbow palette. And this is a NYX Ultimate Brights palette. Now, this palette is not new. Their little mini version of the Brights is new. This palette has been out for, 3 to 4 years, if not more. It has been around. When people think about neon and think neon is just a trend and it's new, this year neons has been around. There have been brands who have created neons. Neons is one of those colorful bursts of trends that come and go, because let's keep it 100, a lot of individuals do not regularly walk around in neons or pastels. Some of us out there probably do, but a lot of us do not wear bright colors on a daily. And usually bright colors you see in fashion editorial, beauty editorial, advertising, and the models and makeup artists. Those are the people who are regularly with those colors, to help bring out color for their fashion, their patterns in their clothing, just a certain look in the campaign. Even makeup brands will have their models wear bright colors, things, whatever they're showcasing. So this is what the Brights looks like. You have your rows of green, yellows, blues, purples, pinks, hot pink, oranges. So essentially, you know, people have referred to this as a rainbow palette. To me, yes, it looks like a rainbow palette because you have all those, basically those primary and secondary colors. But to me, I feel like it's just a palette of pastels. And some colors will come out a little bit more vibrant in terms of borderline neon type shades. And some of them are more, a little bit subdued, but they're very eye-catching, as I would say. So let me go ahead and get started. So we're going to be doing a look from that. And I'm going to share with you, well, let me go and share with you my brushes. So I will be working from my, once again, BH Cosmetic Rose Gold collection of brushes. First brush we have is this pointed taper blending brush. It has this pointed tip. It looks like this. It's good for inner corner and smudging the lower lash line. The next brush is the short, kind of like a short rounded classic eyeshadow brush. It looks like this. So pack it on eyeshadow, and also it's good for, you know, you could use it to smudge as well. That is that brush. The next brush is my fluffy blended brush. It's a taper fluffy blending brush. So it's that brush there. The next brush is a large flat eyeshadow. They call it like the classic eyeshadow brush. So this is it. It's the larger one. And then we have the short detail blending brush. So I'm going to be working with those brushes. And then I'm going to use another fluffy brush that is from BH Cosmetics. And this is just an older brush as well, just to help blend out in some areas, if I don't forget to use it. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with the tutorial. So I'm going to go in once again with my CoverGirl Red Lockup. This is the primer of choice these days for me. I feel like it works with all of my eyeshadow, drugstore, and high-end. Really, really good primer base to use. You can also use a white concealer to help make those eye color pop out a little bit more. In fact, before I was going to do this tutorial, I swatched out on my wrist what it would look like. See, I always swatch in the most awkward way. Let me see if I can show this to you. I don't know if I can show this. You know what? I can't really show this as much. So I did it with the CoverGirl here. And then I did it over here with the Morphe white concealer right here. So I'm going to tell you the Morphe CO 0.00 Soft Matte. It is from their Fluidity Full Coverage Concealer. I bought this concealer to, you know, use to punch out some of my more colorful eyeshadow palettes. And you could use that. You could use whatever primer base you feel like using. I also have the Maker Revolution Conceal and Define Primer. This color is in C6. And I really bought this color just to pretty much just do a cut crease. So this is what this looks like here. Just to practice. I don't know how to do those cut creases very well, but you know, a sister's gonna play with them and learn how one of these days. So yeah. So let's go ahead and get started. Sorry for all my talk, so I'm just gonna put some here. And then I'm going to smooth it out. And I like to put some in my inner corner because I like to put color in that area or highlight something to give some statement there. So I put this along my waterline. Try to hopefully I hold the colors. So when I did this last look, some of the colors were disappearing for that area, but I'm gonna hope and pray that that doesn't happen. So that's a lot I put on my eyelid there. So basically you just put on your concealer, your foundation, your eyeshadow primer, whatever you prefer to do your eyelids. We all have a preference. Just gonna put some there. Alright. And I always put it in the waterline area because if it wants to cut up, hopefully it will tell the water to stay behind the dam and just say, nope, no flooding today, not any. So let's go ahead. So I have wrote down my steps. So if you catch me looking down, I'm reading my steps because it's such a random place where I place each eyeshadow color. It's important for me to know exactly where it is to recreate this. So I'm going to go ahead with shade number 2, which is on the first row, going from left to right. It's that hot pink color. I am going to apply it. This is on my left eye. I'm going to apply it from the outer to mid portion of my eye. So I'm going to go here and go to the mid part of my eye. And go back in. Just back into that color. And I think with colors, you always want to start off light and just build up to your preference. And kind of diffuse. I'm going to kind of diffuse it along my eyebrow bone. And kind of diffuse that color. So, and on my right eye, I had applied it all over my transition in the crease. So I'm just going to go here and apply it all over. So what kind of series are you guys into? Are you into watching Hulu? Do you watch Netflix series? If so, what are you into? I have been watching, if you're familiar with the Fosters, that it was on Freeform, and this show is a spinoff of the Fosters. It's on Freeform also, and it's also on Hulu. Then you know what I'm talking about. Good Trouble. I love that show. I love it. And in this show, I don't want to give this show away for anybody who wants to get into it, but it has the two girls who grew up on Fosters, Mariana and Callie. And they're grown up and they're starting their own lives together in Los Angeles. And it's such a good. The reason why I love it is because it is like reality. It's not just one of those scripted type of shows where it's just, all dramatic. Yes, there's some drama to it, there's some plots, but it's the intermixing of all the lives that they pretty much live together like in this historic old hotel. And they are, they grow to, well, Callie and Mariana are already like stepsisters, and Callie is adopted by, the Fosters, their moms, and Callie has a younger brother, and there's, Mariana who has a twin, Jesus, and then one of the moms has a birth son, Brandon. It is just such a good show. But on The Good Trouble, I've only seen them make appearances in the first season, and I think I haven't seen them this season yet. So maybe they're really transitioning the Fosters completely out, not sure. But I love when Jesus and Mariana are together. They are so fun together. So let me go in with the next step. But it's a good show. I just recommend that to you. So now I'm going to go in on the second row, shade 4, which is this light purple. I'm going to go from mid to inner transition. So this is on my left eye. So mid to inner transition. But it's just the mid to inner transition. So there, based on many transitions, so I'm going to go from here to inner. It's just the inner workings of the relationship dynamics, and it talks about current affairs, like current things that are happening within our society that I really enjoy seeing because it is reality. I think shows should touch on things that are happening, to us in our society. But it is such a good show, such a good show. So that's there, and then I'm going to apply this same color. This color, I love it so much. I think it's one of my favorite color in this palette. I'm going to apply it to the outer crease. It is such a beautiful light pastel. Now if it was in a neon palette, you would think that it's a neon purple. It's very pretty. Just applying it to the outer crease and blend. Like that. So make sure everything is nice. Make sure I bring that over some, because I don't want any of those color. But on this show also, they have love triangle. One of the guys that, I don't want to give it away in case you watch it, one of the guys came on to the last season of The Fosters as a potential love interest to Callie. And now she's having to, go in between her feelings and the dynamics of, it's almost like she's in two worlds. And she's fighting to be in two worlds, and which one of those worlds are gonna win out. The next step is I'm gonna go into the first row, shade 3, which is this bright, almost neon orange color. And I'm going to be using my long flat shader brush. And I'm going from the outer crease to the mid. So I'm going to be using this on the outer crease. And I know you're probably thinking like, you should be using that other brush you just used. It is what it is. But the show is just so good. So I'm going to go to the midsection of my eye with this color. And I actually have more episodes from this season, season 2, to really catch up, and probably binge watch. I don't want to binge watch because I like to have something like to go back and watch. So I'm just going back in with the shade 2 from the first row and just kind of intensifying that color. I want these colors to really make a statement. I need to diffuse the color here, kind of diffuse it up. Yeah, so that's that. And with the same brush, I'm going to go into my eyelids from the inner to the mid portion. I love shows. I also like watching this show, Atypical, on Netflix. And they haven't started their season 3 yet, as far as I know. But I really like that show. And this is a show that's pretty much about a kid who's in high school who has like the autism spectrum, so I think he may have Asperger's, but he's autistic, and he's learning to, basically grow and be his own person, without so much need of assistance from like his family, especially his sister who goes off to college. He wants to learn how to do things on his own and, develop social relationship. He sees a therapist at the beginning of season 1, which changes, due to arising circumstances. But I don't want to tell you that either if you've never seen it. It's really good. And I love the actor who plays the high school student, the boy, and he's really good, and it's very funny, has some very life moments that happen, but it's very interesting, and I like the whole involvement of, mental health and just developing a relationship and just things that goes on in life, even within his immediate family, and how he has such a strong love for penguins, and he researched it, and like he's very smart. So that's a really good show too. And the next step I'm going to do is I'm going on the second row, shade 2, and I'm going to be using, it's the magenta pink color. I'm going to go on the eyelid I'm going to go on the eyelid from the mid to the inner part with the short flat shader brush. So here, I need to pay attention because I'm getting lost. So this on second row, it's like more of a magenta pink. So it's kind of like a purple base pink color. So I'm going to go on my eyelid mid to inner. So my camera started, I don't know how much you had caught. I apologize. I was talking about a typical, and then I started blending my eyes. So I don't know where it cut off, but I just applied shade number 2 from the. So on the magenta pink, which is the shade 2 from the second row, if you're following my tutorial, I applied it on my eyelid for the left eye. So I will for the mid portion to the inner using a short flat shader brush. And then on my right eye, I applied it also on the eyelid from the outer crease to the mid portion of my eyelid. Just so you are aware of that aspect that got not placed in this video because my camera started recording it and I wasn't aware because I got so lost in my conversation, so I do apologize. Second row, which is more of this magenta pink, to my inner mid portion of my eye to the mid. So that's that color. And then I'm going to apply that same color with the same brush on the outer crease on my right eye to the mid eyelid. From the outer crease to the mid eyelid. Okay. I feel like I messed something up a little bit in that area, but maybe not. So maybe just maybe here. So outer crease to the mid. So I pretty much just took all these colors and just randomly put them on my eyes. So I could just pat the color there. And then pat there. I could go back in and do the same thing here, just kind of pat the color in. And then that color is so pretty. Like the purples in this palette are stunning. I'm gonna go in and make sure. No, I'm using the wrong brush to do all this. That's the wrong brush. I need that taper brush. Where is it? Oh, it's in my hand. Wrong brush. I'm just gonna, because I want that purple to still show up so it doesn't kind of take away from that other purple that I just laid down. And I'm just gonna softly blend these areas. I don't want to touch the colors too much, so you're not gonna see me blend a lot. I'm just gonna blend on the edges. The eyes are just gonna stay the way they are because I don't want to blend off nothing. We just gently touch, because I don't really want the colors to fuse with each other either. So the next color is mint green. So on the this is on the third row, that mint green. No, mint green. It's shade 4 on the 3rd row. We're going to apply that on the outer lash line to the partial inner with the pointed smudger brush, which is this brush here. So I'm going to take this mint green, go from the outer to the mid part of my lower lash line. Now this was a color that kind of gave me some trouble, but I promise, I hope. Let me hold another mirror up close because I don't want to ruin this. So I just want this to go well, because I have some water in that area already. So I'm not going to be able to go too deep. I'm going to leave that little, there's going to be a little gap there. But I'm not going to go too deep with that because I don't want it spilling over. Because it would do exactly that, and then my look would be ruined, and I can't have that. Take it over. These shadows are a bit powdery. So that's that color. And then I'll take that same color and apply it on my right eye in the inner corner. I have something in my inner corner that needs to come out. Come out of there. So I'm just gonna take that same color and da-da-da-da-da. It's not as vibrant as it is on the outer corner. Maybe because of the colors that are underneath it. So that's that color there. And then the next thing I'm going to do, which is the last color, we're going to go in with a mustard yellow, which is shade 3 on the 4th row, with my, I think with the same brush. So I'm just going to go back and forth on my skin to kind of remove some of the color off. And we're going to go in with this yellow, this mustard yellow color, inner corner highlight on my left eye. So this is going to be the inner corner for that eye. I don't know how much it would show up. Just gonna pat it, pat the color in. Cause for some reason the colors in the inner corner just don't do as well versus if I got it on my eye somewhere, then it looks very radiant. And then I'm going to take that same color and I'm going to go from the outer lash line to the inner. So let's pray together that this works. won't be able to completely connect my outer corner to these other colors because I don't want my waterline to start moving around these colors. So I'm just gonna pray to the heavens that these colors will be okay. This palette is really pretty. And you can already see how it's trickling in this area. That's what I had a problem with, being able to wear it completely connecting to the outer crease to go all the way there. Couldn't do it because it was just like, it was not having it. So I just have to be very, very gentle with this area and just ignore it. It's not going to get up in that crease the way I want it. I'm just gonna, I like it to have some intensity, so I'm just layering on that yellow. So this is pretty much the entire look. I got color that's all over this table from this color, because some of these colors have some really good kickback in the palette, and it's a very, sometimes with pigments or eyeshadows in general, the more pigmented it is, the more, you know, it's a straight up pigment. It's going to be sometimes powdery, it's going to move around just because the intensity of the eyeshadow that needs to be in place. So they pretty much cover all the shade. I use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think 6 shades. Yeah, 6 shades from this palette. There's a total of 16 in this palette. So let me go ahead and put on a mascara. Once again, I love to wear my L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise mascara, so I'm going to use that. And that's pretty much the look. Keeping a really pastel eye look, and yeah, just having fun. Just put that on. And I think when I put on mascara, because my lashes are so long on the top, I think that's what's touching or create that little line above my upper lash line where it looks like it's smudged. Is because of my lashes, especially when I look up. I'm assuming that's what it is, but that's what it looks. That's what it is. So I wanted to look a bit artsy, you know, just put random colors anywhere and just, you know, not have any laid plan for this look other than just playing with color and let it go where it wants to go. Now should I put some mascara at the lower lash or leave it alone? What should we do? What should we do? I say let's put some color. Be very gentle though. And put some color. The yellow and the mint green, they tend to move as the day progresses to where it kind of basically fades away. The purple on the eye and some of the pink will pretty much stay, but some of the colors may fade away. But it's so fun. It's just so fun to do and to really create a wonderful, playful look. I love to play in color. I am about that color life, and I think you're never too old for color. Like, if you get into makeup, it's just one of those things, like, you just roll with it. I know this isn't an everyday color look for most people, but for film or just being creative or, you know, very artistic, or just, you know, just want to have fun, let loose for the camera, it is a playful look. On my eyes, I am wearing the Kat Von D liquid everlasting liquid lipstick in the shade Aisha. Aisha, girls, and I want to get to know you. Do you all remember that song that was like Another Bad Creation? The little boys back in like the 90s, the little boy band that was all over the place. But this is Aisha, a beautiful pastel, like lilac purple color, so pretty. And I was just thinking, what color do I wear with this lip look? So I said, you know, since I'm gonna go with color, why don't I just wear a more colorful lip? Because it was gonna either be Aisha or it was gonna be Lovesick, either this color or this color, and I decided to go with this color because I already was wearing some purple on my eye, and I just decided to wear some purple on my lip. On my cheeks, I got some Anastasia Beverly Hills highlight and the highlight Summer from the glow kit, the sun dip glow kit. And then I have on my cheeks blush wise is NARS Desire. It's like a very vibrant pink color in the pan, but it's not as pink on my jaws. Well, it's my jaws, my cheeks. So that is that color. Hold on. When the cat starts to call you and you don't know what to do, and you just here living your life in front of the camera, and here she is calling me, telling me what I should be doing instead of me sitting here conversating with you and making a tutorial. I feel like a little peasant. Let me see. Basically, yeah, that is the entire look. So let me know if you had fun watching this. Let me know if it's your cup of tea. If not, it's all good. And let me know if you have played with the NYX Ultra Bright palette, or if you have the mini bright palette. Do you think the formulas are the same? Have they changed formulas? Because I was going to buy the mini, but then I said, you know what, those are the same colors that are in the regular 16 pan palette. I didn't really need the minis. But if you're new to this palette and you're not sure you want all of these colors, the mini is the way to go. If you just want to try, like, I think there's 5 or 6 colors in the mini, that's the way to go if you don't want all these shades. So they just touched on some of the shades from this particular palette. So again, thank you so much for taking your time to watch this video. Hopefully you found it helpful. Hopefully you found it fun. I love to just create looks to share with you all, especially from those who may get something from it. I know everything I do may not be everybody's cup of tea. Yeah, just, you know, really embrace you know, difference and how everyone has something beautiful to bring to this table of life. And with that, thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope that you have a wonderful day wherever you are and whatever you're doing. Again, carry a light heart and be well. Thank you for watching. Until my next video, bye.